Gonna start this off. Welcome to the show.
It's not turntablism. It's not turntablism. It's just what it is.
Yo, welcome back to the show. Look at these fucking upgrades that I did. I got my painter's outfit on because I was painting some shit today. Throwback to Student Works Painting. Fuck that cult. Whatever. Welcome to Things I Hate 5. I'm so excited today because I got fucking upgrades. I look legitimate now, even though I'm not at all. I'm a big piece of shit, but I look legitimate as fuck. And I have a fucking guest coming on here for the first time since Andrew Collins. Shout out to Andrew Collins. And we got fucking 2 microphones. He's going to use one. I'm going to use the other. It's fucking sick. It's fucking sick today. Look at this shit. Fuck, I'm so jazzed. Okay. And I'm sorry, maybe I was holding it too far away. Fuck. Oh, no, we're good. Maybe I'll turn down the levels a bit. Levels down. I'm fucking writing, producing, directing, writer, producer, director. Shout out to your mom's house. Dude, I'm doing all this shit. Look at it. I got my fucking panel. You can't see, but it's like all these little buttons and digits. I got my fucking battle station over here. This is fucking lit. Yeah, look at this shit. All right, cool. All right, shut the fuck up. Okay. So, things I hate this week. I fucking hate notification emails. Every stupid thing that you sign up to, right? Everything. It's like you go online, all you want to do is like convert a video, or I don't know, you want to like go, like get a picture or like just do one, and they're like, I need your email address. And then as soon as you fucking sign up, you get bombarded with like 6,900 fucking email addresses. It's ridiculous. So I fucking hate those. And you never use them. I never use them. It's like junk mail. I mean, this is obvious, but I just get like, I don't get why people are like, yo, we should do an email blast, because it's like, when have you ever responded to an email blast before? And you're like, oh yeah, like, Amazon wants to take my money. Fucking sick. Let me just get right on that. No, fuck you. And fuck your email blasts. I keep bringing up this stupid app I'm working on, Listen, right? Checks out Eclipse Podcast. Check it out. But like, we're on the marketing team, and somebody on the team, I'm not going to throw them totally under the bus. I don't even remember who it is, but somebody said like, let's do an email blast. And I was like, fuck no, let's not do a fucking email blast, because those suck. The thing is that we'll probably end up doing one, because it's like, let's face it, it's a good way to get the message out, even though I hate it and everyone hates them. But yeah, so fuck those. Fuck notification emails. Fuck marketing emails. Unsubscribe all the way. All that shit is such fucking bullshit. I hate it. The next thing I wrote down here is I want to cut off my balls because they're so big and hangy and they get in the way, Like I feel like back in the day, like medieval times where they had like eunuchs and they would cut off balls of like priests or whatever. I don't really know. But like maybe there was something to that, because then they're not hanging around getting in the way. And before everyone says like, Tom, that's fucked up, why don't you just wear tighter underwear? Fuck you, man. Tight underwear is uncomfortable. I don't like it. I like to let them hang loose, but then they get hit and stuff, and they stick to your leg, and it's like, dude, this is fucking nasty. But like sometimes I'll get like acne on like where my ball sack hangs on my leg, because the skin can't breathe. It's like skin to skin contact, and it can't breathe. It's really disgusting, but it's just like fucking nasty and gross. Got off my balls, snip, snip. I'll start a new trend. It'll be like vasectomies, but more intense. Eating carrots as a snack is depressing. I was like out of food this week. I had to do groceries, and the only thing I left were carrots, and I had no fucking hummus, and I was just eating carrots as a snack without hummus, and it's not sick. And like you eat them, and then your mouth gets kind of like, it's like acidic or something. Like you get that carrot like stale taste, and you're like, But like, what's great about carrots is they're so crunchy, which is nice. So it's like an entertaining thing for your mouth, and you're like, and it's good. So, but yeah, on their own, I was like, fuck, because like carrots are always like the last thing you eat, because it's like carrots have limited uses. You like an apple, you can cook with, you can eat it. You know, it's like a nice snack that you can look forward to. Same with like an orange. You like open an orange, you're like, yo, this is great. This is delicious. Especially if it's in the fridge, it's like cold and it's like bursting with flavor. But a carrot, even when you have hummus, like hummus, again, it's like versatile. You know, you could put it on a bunch of different shit. Ask my stupid cousin Austin, who makes gross sandwiches with hummus. But anyway, you can put it on a bunch of different shit, but like hummus, in the context of carrots as a snack, hummus exists to facilitate the possibility of snacking on carrots and not have it be super depressing. You know what I mean? Because if you don't have hummus, then a carrot snack is depressing. Anyway, you guys get the fucking point, I think. It just appeals to... Anyway, yeah, okay. I was chatting with somebody at my work, and my work has like a budget for like you can get massages, which is really sick. Nice one. And they were like, yeah, you should go get one. And I was like, I have such a weird thing about massages because it's like sometimes I feel like guilty or like shameful that I'm paying somebody else, and the only thing I want them to do is like make me feel good. And it's like they are not, because it's like it's like they're not part of the interaction at all. It's not like a exchange of, I don't know. It just seems so hedonistic, you know what I mean? And they're like, it's like, I'm going to pay you money and your only job is to make sure that all my physical needs are taken care of. You know, not all, but like, it's so gluttonous, almost so hedonistic. But of course, this is my own fucked up brain, but I just thought about it and I was like, fuck. But then the person I was talking to was like, well, you know, it's not just about like feeling good. It's also like a healthy thing to do to help your body like relax and de-stress. And when she said that, I felt a lot better about it because I was like, fuck, that's a good point. So I'll probably have to go do that because I'm a fucking ball of stress constantly and anxiety. So I'll go check that out. Acupuncture would be another thing I'd want to check out. I bet you that fucking works. I sound like fucking Joe Rogan. What a piece of shit. Yeah, I just got back from fucking shoving stem cells in my ass and I feel great. It's only $20,000 if you can afford it. If you could afford it, you should definitely do it. Yeah, no fucking shit, Joe. If I could afford a private jet, I'd fucking get that too, all right? Stupid bitch. Anyway, so I guess I'll do acupuncture and fucking a massage, but I'll probably feel stupid and guilty about it. Next thing I wrote down is like, what I find fucking crazy are those, again, it's this I find the advertising world really fucked because most of the time, like ads are such an insult to the general populace because I find like usually the ads are created in such a way that they show the expected intelligence level for the target audience of the ad is shown through the ad, and it's almost always low, right? Because like you look at those fucking like when you go on like streaming sites to like watch like TV or whatever, if it's not, you know, you can't find it on Netflix. Fuck Netflix, by the way, recently for that Cuties show where it's like 11-year-old girl dancers doing like twerking and shit. So fucked. They're catching mad heat for it, rightly so. It's fucked up. Not sick. What the fuck? What the fuck? You know, like, you can see that, like, somebody pitched that at Netflix, and the execs were just so, like salivating to get the next big, like, Tiger King or whatever the fuck, and they didn't even stop to think, like, yo, like, maybe this is an awful thing promoting child pornography, blah, blah, blah. It's just like the show is fucked for sure, but just more what pisses me off is like the fact that it got past all the hurdles required to make a show. It's like, dog, like maybe we should pump the brakes and get some, you know, objectivity on what's going on, whatever. But back to the fucking advertising. the thing that brought this up for me is like I was on that some fucking streaming site, and they always have the most fucked ads, you know, and I've seen these ads lately, and the like text says, I'll fucking post a picture, but it's like you won't need Viagra after this. And then the picture is like it's the same text has been seen in a couple ads, and some of the pictures are like fish or like sea creatures that look like vaginas, and some of the pictures are just like ripped pieces of plastic that look like vaginas. And I just like, dog, how fucking desperate do you have to be to fuck a sea creature, or B, a piece of plastic not intended to be fucked, you know? And also, the text doesn't line up with the picture. Because if the picture is of something that you can fuck that's not, you know, not like a real woman, then it's like, the text shouldn't be, you won't need Viagra after this. It should be, you will need Viagra to fuck this other thing. Because if you can't get it up in the first place to fuck an actual woman, how are you going to get it up to fuck a sea creature or a piece of plastic? So it's just like, dog, just, if you're going to spam us, just put a little bit of effort into it, you know? It's like, I feel like there I feel like there's just a bunch of Russian people in a room being like, how can we fuck over the Americans and Canadians? Next, we put picture of fucking sea creature with shit vagina and say, fuck this, you stupid Americans, and they buy like that, you know? That's how I feel. It's probably 100% accurate. Yeah, so that's that fucking dumb shit. Oh, here's my stance for the day. No more incognito tabs when we're browsing porn. Shout out to Vanessa. You know who you are if you see this. I was talking to this friend of mine, and I was like, I don't know, it came up like watching porn or something, and she was like, I was like, yeah, I was using the incognito tab. And she's like, dog, what the fuck do I give a shit if somebody knows what porn I'm watching? I go just regular tabs. And I'm like, fuck, that's so legitimate. So legitimate. So, especially, you know, to be honest, coming from a woman, where usually women are like a bit shyer to talk about that shit. And she was just like, fuck yeah, like, suck my dick. I look at porn, fuck you. And I thought that was super rad. And so, yeah, no more incognito tabs, dog. Going fucking full disclosure. Now I don't do fucking incognito. It pops up on my phone. Everyone typing P. Like, people know, man. I fucking jerk off. Whatever. I look at porn. Okay. Okay. On that note, we're going to take a quick break. And our guest, Daniel, I forget his last name. Whatever. Anyway, I'll introduce him. Doesn't fucking matter. He's going to be here soon. I love you guys. Be right back. Mwah. Welcome back to Things I Hate 5. We have the famous... Oh, fuck. We have the famous Dan Butts here. Give it up for Dan Butts. Woo! Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you, Uncle T. Murph. This is great. I don't know if this is a new high for my career or something else, but I'm happy to be here.
Fucking take your mask off, you animal. You got that on there.
I'm practicing good mask habits these days.
Touche.
And I took an Uber here. And, yeah, you just better to be safe than sorry.
Oh, yes. Way better to be safe than sorry. Okay, Dano, you messaged me things that you hate this week. I'm going to read them out now, verbatim, your message. So Dan hates slow people, LinkedIn, people. You said, I was thinking about this. Most of the things that you hate are people related, which is
true,
which is fair. A lot of that is for me too. And you said also what pisses me off is unacceptable pedestrian signals, markings and infrastructure, and cars, but you do like their aesthetic.
Yeah, I mean, I like cars. I like the way they look. I like I like the speeds that they're capable of.
Okay, wait. Let's get to cars later. I want to go back. Let's start with quote slow people. You should elaborate.
So yeah,
what do you mean by that?
So I mean, I'm talking about able-bodied individuals. I'm
Ah.
not making fun of the elderly or people with disabilities. Those people have a lot going on.
Because that's an
okay?
easy connection someone would make if you
Yeah.
said slow people.
No, but I get a little angry about people who in the middle of the day are just taking their good old time and slowing me down, and then you know what they do? It's not that they slow me down, it's the judgy ones. Have you ever gotten this one? You're walking down the sidewalk, and this isn't like a weekend where you're taking a casual stroll after brunch. This is like Tuesday,
Slow walkers.
3 p.m., Tuesday, going to work. You got somewhere to be.
Let me interject because
Mm-hmm.
because now I don't have an issue with slow walkers, but what I have an issue because I'm a slow walker. I walk slow, I chill. So tough.
Okay, we might have a problem.
But my thing is that if I'm walking slow, I stick way to the right side of the sidewalk so everyone can get around me.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
you're
so
a good human being
that-
for that.
I thank you, and I don't mind. So if somebody's gonna walk slow, it's cool. But what I mind is people who are inconsiderate. So it's like, and somebody messaged this in. They were like, people who walk and they take up the whole sidewalk. When you get those fucking assholes like 4 abreast, and
Yeah.
they're so maybe
Yeah.
similar to that.
Yeah, and that's really what really gets me.
Oh, yeah.
And then not only that, it's the people who have you ever seen this one? It's the people as you're passing, they'll do as you are next to them, passing them, they'll do that quick 90-degree neck turn. And
To
then
check
and
you
then-
out.
And then they'll follow you for that 30 degrees, and you see it in the corner of your eye. That's what really. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe I should adopt more of the French Spaniard way of doing things. Take life a little bit slower.
What is the French Spaniard way of doing
take time to digest things in
You mean
your
instead of getting angry?
yeah, enjoy your walk. Don't just be trying to get somewhere.
Fuck that. If I
But,
do that, I won't have a
yeah.
fucking podcast. Okay. So slow people, inefficient people who block the sidewalks,
Yeah.
maybe at
People
checkouts,
at the
grocery checkouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grocery, a big one. I mean, of course, like some people, it just seems like it's their first time at the grocery store. It's like they don't know what's happening next. You put the things down. And then after I put all my groceries down, like I'm getting ready to pay already. Like I'm like, okay, this is the next step in this transaction.
Right. You got your card out. You know if it's cash, credit, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then right away you pick up your things, put them in your bag
As quickly as you can.
Or
Now,
yeah.
because I'm embarrassed in this situation a lot because I'm responsible and I have a backpack that I bring. I'm sure you do too, right?
Sometimes.
So sometimes you have your own bag and you're packing it up as quickly as you can,
Right.
but there's only so fast you can pack, and then the people
Yeah.
behind you are waiting. But I don't feel too bad because it's like kind of like get fucked, like I'm packing my bag. But what do you think about that?
That's one thing where I can unfortunately get a little annoyed at the cashier because in the busier supermarkets here in Montreal, they'll just push your things, and if you aren't fast enough, boy oh boy, you've got a problem.
But what do you mean you've got a problem? They're not throwing your things on the ground.
I just feel at that stage, after the transaction is done, that they're trying to kick me out of the store. And I'm trying to pack everything up all nice. Back in the day, back when we were youngsters,
when
I
you were
mean,
like in the 50s.
you had the baggers. And
Yeah.
those people have their place to pack your things
Right.
while you're
They're
completing
lower
the
tier of
transaction.
human. They're worse than us. Right.
I didn't mean it that way.
I did,
but,
yeah.
But they have a place, and
Which is in the gutter. yeah.
but supermarkets don't want to pay for that many staff anymore, obviously. Of
course.
So now it's up to us to.
Okay, but this brings up a couple interesting points. The first is that you said if they're pushing your products along, the cashier has a problem. And what I took to mean by that is that you have a problem with the cashiers and you don't like them pushing your things.
I don't like them pushing my things and
Because you-
pushing other people's things into
feel rushed.
mine. I do a little bit.
Okay, but now my counter argument is, Yana, they're trying to be efficient, right?
Yeah.
For the other people in line to make space. So how do you reconcile that?
Yeah, I think there's a balance. I think there's a balance between being a little bit too pushy about someone who just bought a bunch of groceries,
Yeah.
some of which may be fragile items, such as eggs and other things. And they're just getting haphazardly pushed. But it's also an issue where you do have those slow customers, which they have to make up for.
Slow people.
They have to make up for.
Slow people. Full circle.
So-
Full circle.
It's the people like me who are trying to progress things that ultimately get the short end of the stick.
You are
We
the
get-
savior of the day.
We get damaged groceries, and just that's what we get out of it. Just damaged groceries.
Okay. Okay. Now, my other thing, because you said baggers, as in, you were okay. You seem to imply that you were okay with them bagging stuff in your own bag. Are you all right with that? I think most people
maybe
would
not,
be, but no,
maybe
yeah,
not in my own bag. Like I do use my book bag a lot too.
which is very personal.
Yeah. So maybe not in that instance, but if I brought cloth bags with me, I would give those to them.
I would too, but the backpack
Yeah.
feels personal. I don't know. I bring a big
Yeah.
like camping backpack, and it feels personal.
I agree with you there.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, tell us about LinkedIn. You fucking hate LinkedIn.
Yeah, I mean, LinkedIn, I'm just not a big social media guy to begin with. And I think the thing with me, I go on LinkedIn once in a while. And there are a lot of people out there trying their hardest to get jobs. But there are also just a lot of, I can't stand the over-the-top, like, entrepreneurial people who are
yeah.
like the hustlers.
Yeah. Yeah. I call it like the entrepreneur personality or scene.
Yeah.
And it's like the self-improvement shit, and they all have smiles like this.
Yeah. And maybe I think why wouldn't you rather spend that time learning a skill?
But
Learning an actual skill?
what specifically bothers you? Because like we're talking in very general terms here. So what on LinkedIn, when you go on LinkedIn, and you see these people, what action that they're doing on LinkedIn bothers you?
It's just social media to me. It's like a lot of everyone's about like personal, trying to like create their brand.
Do a
And
little
I
closer
think
there. A little closer.
Everyone's trying to create a brand for themselves, and I think a lot of times people are over branding. They can write anything they want, but when it comes down to it, like, what are you doing in your real life to actually gain skills?
You're saying less talk, more action.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I get that. And you see LinkedIn as like you see all social media as more talking, less action, but specifically
Yeah,
LinkedIn.
and I think people get schmoozed a bit because there are so many fake accounts out there doing these things. And
Okay.
I think
I can get behind that. I don't like deception either. I like honesty. I like evidence. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's do one that I was really curious about, because you said unacceptable pedestrian signals, which is a hilarious combination of
This
words,
is
and also like very, like, I had never heard that bother anyone. I don't know what that is. So
well, yeah, let me just preface it with, so my dad's job is he teaches blind and visually impaired kids how to travel independently in the community.
that is
So
very cool.
he'll go into schools and then get take these kids out of class, and then he teaches them how to get around better, like with a cane, or like for a while using Braille and stuff like that.
He teaches them how to hit the walls with things.
Yeah, how to use a cane, how to be aware, like with sounds, at intersections, how to cross safely.
Now I gotta just say, this is a valuable service, but it's also a hilarious premise, because you have an able-bodied human teaching
Yeah.
disabled people how to be
Yeah.
better with their disabilities. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's like,
When
let
you
me
think
tell you
about
how
it
you
that
really
way.
use a cane, all right, you fucking idiot. Like, here you go, And they're like, yeah, definitely, because they sign up for this, presumably.
Yeah, it's in a lot of schools, it's like a service that is just included if
Okay.
you have special needs.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, again, I'm totally ignorant. I'm sure there's a ton of super valuable skills and information your dad's teaching them, like
Yeah.
such as, can you give us an example?
Well, so My dad gets a lot of different ability levels, so he's always told me that if the student he has is just blind, they can do remarkable things with their life. Like the one student he taught, she actually went on to work in the office of one of the Supreme Court justices at the federal level in the United States.
Because of, was there a skill that this Supreme Justice was like, oh, like, you know, we are trying to hire more disabled people, but they need to have X skill?
I don't even think it was about that. I think it was she was good at what she was doing, and it just so happened that she was blind. I think people a lot of times get the notion that if you lose, for instance, eyesight, that you're totally at a disadvantage, and in some ways you are, but you can make up for that disability with your other senses.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to get though, like, is there some, you know, some kind of skill or thing that the general populace wouldn't know about that is important for people with visual impairment or hearing impairment to have? You know, you said your dad kind of teaches them how to navigate. Well, like, what would be a navigational skill? Do you know? Do you have anything like that, or?
Well, I don't know if this is a skill he teaches them, but for instance, a big thing for visually impaired people when they're approaching an intersection, say, they can get different cues from just hearing. So for instance, the car's engines, when they start in one direction, they can get a sense of when is going to be the time for me to cross the street. And of course, at busier intersections, they add in like beeping noises,
right?
Sometimes. And yeah, that's just one example.
Okay, so it's like, okay, yeah, I get it. That's pretty interesting. It'd be interesting to see the whole the whole curriculum that he has. But regardless, unacceptable pedestrian.
So that's where he's had this job since I was a little kid. So he would always bring stuff up about this issue, and so sometimes I notice things about pedestrian crossings here and how just unsafe they are. For instance,
for the people with disabilities,
for everybody.
Oh, okay.
So for instance, it's weird to me that here and I know it's like this elsewhere, but they'll put a crosswalk through a through street for cars.
You mean those ones like near Parc La Fontaine, like that kind of shit? No.
So they'll put a crosswalk on a street that cars have no stop or light. So it's a through street for cars. They have no...
Right, they just have to stop if they see someone.
That's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, okay.
But what is the... I don't think there are any legal repercussions if you end up hitting somebody.
No, I think there definitely would be. Of course. How could you can't that then if what you're saying is true, then people could just hit people and not get away with it.
But you could just say, "Oh, I didn't see that person," to slow down, and you have the right of way technically because you don't have a stop. You don't even have a yield sign.
But I don't think. No, I think because if there's a crosswalk, I'm pretty sure that gives pedestrians right of way. If there's a crosswalk, if it's like painted on, then pedestrians.
But think of it in terms of, is this making the situation safer for the pedestrian?
Hey, I'm just, you were like, there's no legal repercussions.
Because it creates a level of like ambiguity in that intersection where it's like,
I'm with you.
As a car, sure, a lot of cars don't slow down though because they have you know what I mean?
I agree that it's unsafe. I agree for sure. I think you're correct. It is an unsafe scenario.
And it creates
there are repercussions. There are legal repercussions for hitting somebody.
I hope so.
Okay, all right. Now, what about... Oh, was this part of unacceptable pedestrian signals? Unacceptable pedestrian signals, markings, and infrastructure? That's all one thing?
Yeah, I just think, I mean, maybe I'm biased as someone who's more of a pedestrian in his life now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I think there just needs to be better protections for... A lot of people get killed by cars every year, and we don't take that into consideration. So I just wanted to draw awareness to that it's not just blind people getting run over by cars. It's regular people too.
It's not funny, but the way you're saying it is really hilarious. Because, yeah, it's not just blind people that get hit by
Yeah.
cars. It's everybody.
This
So,
is a different type of pandemic we're talking about here.
a pandemic of hit and runs.
We're
We're in two pandemics. COVID and
Yep.
the hit and run pandemic.
Yep.
Hit and run 2020.
Or just hit.
Hit
okay?
2020.
This has no bearing on the consequences faced by the driver.
You heard it here first. On Things I Hate, the inception of a new pandemic called
car mischief.
Car Mischief 2020.
Car mischief.
Car Mischief 2020. CM 2020. All right.
Yeah.
Speaking of cars, you hate them but love their aesthetic.
Yeah, I like cars. I like how fast they go. I like the designs. I mean, you could say cars are a bit more boring than they used to be. But
Why would you say that?
well, back in the day, there was many more like car companies, different people trying out different things.
What are some of your like you're saying back in the day, I imagine you have some cars in your head that you're like, oh, this was an example of like a fun car, Like, give me one from back in the day where you're like, you see, it used to be like this, and now it's shitty and boring like this. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think the best example would be like those cars in the 50s and 60s with the huge, wings out the back.
Like Buick
Just
and shit.
boats.
Yeah, what's up?
And they would have all types of bells and whistles for the day.
like a wood dash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, we have better safety standards now.
Of course.
So
Airbags for
and
when you're
that's
hitting other people.
yeah, and you don't have all the knobs and buttons. That was a big
Less
problem.
distracting,
Now you have the recessed dashboards with even a little bit of padding. Back in the day, it was just metal knobs and things. So you had people getting into car accidents and just having all types of disfigurements.
Yeah. Yeah. All types of disfigurements.
It was brutal, and but they solved that now. And now it's the pedestrian at risk that holds the real.
Car Mischief 2020.
Yep.
CM 2020. So it's odd because you like the aesthetic of cars, but okay. So we kind of talked about the. So it sounds like what you don't like about them is there's not a lot of exciting car models in your opinion today.
I think there are, but you have to have for the average ordinary consumer. Middle class, I think you don't have very much style options versus in the 50s and 60s. I think you did, but maybe that just speaks to the times more.
Okay.
Maybe it was just more middle class mobility overall, where you could, consider the style of your car more rather than just a utilitarian.
Very interesting. History lesson about
yeah.
cars. Didn't think we were going to get into it, but okay, cool. Okay. I have some lines for you to read.
Okay.
But actually, no. I think before we do that, we'll play a little game I prepped here.
Ooh.
And
I like games.
where are we here? Here, view. Okay, great. So I had some people write in on Instagram about what they hate.
Okay.
And I've put
This'll be
in
good.
what they hate, and I've also put in some fake shit. Okay, fake things.
Okay.
And your job is to try and guess.
I see where this is going.
There
I
you
guess
go.
the real one.
You guess the fake ones.
I guess the fake
there's,
ones.
There's way more fakes. There's way more
Way
real
more
than
real.
fakes.
So I gotta guess that diamond in the rough. That's the fake.
The diamond in the rough, baby. You got it. All right, here we go. I'll read them
Okay.
out, okay, and then we can have a
Okay.
chat. So we got carrots as a snack without hummus. No hummus, real or fake. When your balls stick to your leg, real or fake. Slow walkers, vanilla ice. When the laundry detergent lid or bottle gets all sticky and nasty. Long podcast episodes. People who scratch utensils on plates. People who scuff their shoes when they walk. People who take up the whole sidewalk. Homeless people. People who wear their masks under their nose. People who spit in public. People who leave the plastic seal on yogurts. Tie-dye shirts. People who tie-dye. People who sniff and then swallow their snot. people who make slurping noises, people that go after a long drink, people who say they love olives, loud chewing, people who shake your hand and then forget your name, unpunctual people, anal sex, old people, puns, notification/marketing emails.
So people who wrote these on Instagram,
Yeah.
they told you whether it was real or fake.
No, I asked people to send in their actual pet peeves or hatreds.
Oh, okay.
And then
you added a fakie.
I put in some fakes, more than one.
Trying to
fake.
trick
I think
me.
there's
Okay.
5. Yeah.
Huh.
I think there's 5. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's 5.
What would people? Okay.
Let's hear your takes on something. Let's hear your thought process. You know, like Vanilla Ice.
I mean,
real or fake?
Vanilla Ice. I feel like that is something somebody could throw in there on Instagram.
Okay.
Just some Vanilla Ice hater.
Yeah, for sure.
Or
He's got a lot of haters.
You got to take into consideration there's lots of funny guys on Instagram trying to be funny.
Lots of funny guys on Instagram.
Especially Tom Murph's friends.
Yeah, he's trying hard. He's not
So
doing it, but
this
he's
is
trying.
going to be tough.
Okay.
Let's see. Homeless people, that's mean. That's
That is
really
mean,
mean.
yeah,
But
very
also, it could be a goofball.
Could be a goofball. Could be another
Could
funny
be a
guy.
goofer.
Could be a funny guy. Maybe somebody's just a mean guy. There's mean people on Instagram, you know.
Oh, that's true.
Maybe they just wrote in.
Loud chewing, that's what you would expect.
Yeah.
Anal sex, there's a lot of people that don't like that.
There's a lot of people that don't like that.
So
That's true.
That could be definitely true.
Yeah.
Um,
What about old people?
Old people, that's another meanie.
That is mean.
But puns. Oh man, but the last one, notification marketing emails, sounds like really bland. That sounds like something you would just add in there to try
Like
to
me
fool
personally, I would add in.
Yeah.
Okay.
People who tie dye.
Yeah. Nasty hippies. What do you think?
I think one of the ones you tried to fool me with here.
Okay.
People who sniff and then swallow their snot. I think that's a fakie.
Okay. So we're calling that guy a fake.
Yeah. I don't know why.
People who sniff. Okay,
I don't know why,
Let's get. You got 5 shots here.
There are 5 fakies.
5 fakies. So you.
Or I got that one wrong.
No. You got. There's 5 fakies. So
Okay.
you're gonna choose yours, and then we'll go on.
Okay.
So people who sniff and swallow
sniff and
shot, you're calling
swallow.
it fake. Okay.
Sniff, swallow, snot is one.
I'll write this.
I think another fakie is that could be real though, because that happens. People would get mad by that.
What are you talking about? Which
People who scratch utensils on plates.
one? Okay. Very
think-
obnoxious. Wiggle, like
Yeah.
that.
Is that common though? Do people?
I don't know. I'm definitely bothered by the sound, and I try hard not to do that because it is quite an obnoxious sound. And so
I think that's one you wrote. So
You think that's one I
think
wrote?
that's a fake. People
Okay.
who scratch utensils on plates.
okay, scratch on plates. Okay, so you got 3 left.
So, the carrots as a snack. I know someone wrote that, and they're savages because carrots are a good snack.
Okay, carrots
Even
as a
without
snack.
hummus.
Okay, carrots as a snack.
Even without hummus, believe it or not.
Okay, okay.
Long podcast episodes. I think that's fake.
Long, okay, that's
Yeah.
fake. Long podcast. Yeah.
So that's
you
3.
don't. You don't mind the long podcast, okay? No, you're
No.
at 4.
Nope.
You got sniff and swallow. You got scratch on plates. You got carrots as a snack. And you got long podcasts.
People who say they love olives. So annoying.
That's a fake.
I don't know, but I don't like olives that much.
Oh, okay.
And those people are annoying.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So you think that's a real one?
Unfortunately, I do think that's a real one.
Okay. Just a reminder again. You got sniff.
But
and-
also, who would say it that way? Who would say it on Instagram? People who say it.
I mean,
I think
if
that's
you-
a fake. I think.
Okay, you think that's very
Yeah,
fake.
I think that is annoying, and I think someone could have said it. Say we had a much larger sample size, I think it could have came up.
Okay.
But I think you threw that one in there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay, so that's 5. Okay. Survey says
And then, it is 5.
that's 5.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
You got
Okay.
sniff and you can change. You got stiff and swallow, scratch on plates, carrots, long podcasts, and people who love olives. You think those are not real responses from people?
Yeah, Did I get anything?
Here we go. Survey says. So we got, these are some fake
got
ones I
one.
put in.
Yeah.
You got one of them. But everyone
That
else is
laundry
real.
one was good.
It's a good one. I put that in. I actually do hate that. So it's kind of
Really?
yeah. it's kind of real.
That's just so small to me. Like it's like,
It's just-
oh,
it's so-
okay.
you know what I started doing now? This is a pro tip to everybody.
Uh-huh.
It blew my fucking mind. Is you pour your detergent in the cup and then you pour it around the clothes.
Yeah.
Do you do that?
Yep.
So now I throw the cup in the wash. So it just washes and then it comes out as beautiful clean.
Really?
Yeah, it's fucking psycho, but I love it.
Yeah.
So that's it.
And it
And
doesn't make a lot of noise in the.
No, it's a fucking
Yeah, true.
So there we go. Okay, that's called What People Hate. Well, it'll be a recurring segment, maybe. Okay, now I have some lines for you here.
Okay. Always down for a good line.
Yeah. Okay, so I got some lines for you right here. Okay. In fact, you know what? I think I'll tell them to you, and then I want you to look in the camera,
Okay.
and that you read them however you want. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So the first line is, "We are all out of watermelon."
We are all out of watermelon.
Okay. Now, Mike, a little closer there. Yeah.
We are all out of watermelon.
Okay. Now do it. Give me the classic. Like you're angry and you're
You want me to do the death stare?
the death stare. Do the death stare.
We're all out of watermelon.
Okay. Now again, however you want to do it. I've never used that bathroom before.
I've never used that bathroom before.
Excellent. What are we going to do with 15 pounds of ham?
What are we going to do with 15 pounds of ham?
I think I know how to tame a cougar.
I think I know how to tame a cougar.
And
That one was very
it was timid.
it was timid, which is in contrast to what he was actually saying.
Very, very true. Very true.
You wouldn't expect that guy to be able to tame a cougar.
Excellent point. My favorite part of the apple is the skin.
My favorite part of the apple is the skin.
Nice. What do you think of my dinner plates?
What do you think of my dinner plates?
Very nice. And last but not least, how could you think about bringing a bat?
How can you think about bringing a bat?
Very excellent. Excellent.
I tried to do that one like in a soap opera where you're having a dinner party, but this guy you think just brings a bat to the dinner party.
That's exactly what I was going for. That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
How could you bring a bat?
Dan Bush, give it up for yourself.
Oh, thanks.
Give it up for yourself. You've been a wonderful guest. Dan Bush, everybody, the famous Dan Bush. He's studying bones in school. Do you have anything you
Bony
want to plug to the
bones.
3 people listening?
Bones are pretty cool. Your skeleton is a very remarkable organ.
Don't talk about my skeleton, please.
Yeah, Tom with the broken femur. That's got to be tough, huh?
Yeah, it hurt. Yeah, so we were playing
Yeah.
softball. My leg hurt a lot. But on
Yep.
that note, thank you so much for coming.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
Like Dan,
Thanks, Tom.
Yep, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll be back next week. Love you guys. Bye. Woo! Nice one, bro. That was fucking rad.